Hello, today iteration versus recursion. With the example of calculating for factorial. How to calculate it? It's easy. You just take the integer you want to calculate it from and multiply it with all smaller integers until you reach 1. Iteration is quite simple. You just define a function. I chose find factorial by iteration, and then define x as 1, and then start with n and multiply this 1 with n, and then you go down by 1 and you multiply it by n minus 1 until you reach 1, and then you're done and return x. So basically how it is most intuitive. And then, for example, find factorial of 4 is, I must run this one first, and then we can see 24. For example, if we choose 7, it also works. It's 5040, and 0 also works. It is 1, because if we define it as 0, then we have x equals 1, and since if you range from 0 to 0, this loop never this never happens. So it returns 1. The problem is there are no exceptions. If you enter something like this, it is an error. If you enter something like this, it still is an error. So you must prepare for that. And what is also important is, although this is not an integer, it also returns 1, since the true stance is equal to 1. So keep that in mind. And also, I wrote it down, note only works for 0 and positive integers. So this one is also quite intuitive. You just you choose a name for your function. Then I basically did it the other way around. I defined x as n. Ask if x equal to 1, and if that is the case, I return x directly, and if that is not the case, I return x times the integer that is smaller than x. And so if the x is a positive integer, I will eventually reach 1, then it will return 1, and it will multiply backwards. And that's how it works. So it works with 1. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because I didn't run the function, but now it works. So, and of course I can also do 4, and I also can do 7, and this all works. But the problem is even more as we have by the iteration. We see that if it's 0, it just always does this, because it will never be 1. You have 0, then you have -1, -2, and you will never reach 1. So it will eventually lead you to the maximum depth, and it just is an error. And of course, if you have something else like 3.12, it will also try to it will also always subtract 1, but since it doesn't hit 1, it just leads to this error. And of course, strings directly give give you a type error. As for true, you already can expect what will happen exactly. It will just return true, not 1, since compared to here, I don't define x as 1 but x as n, and since n is true I will also return true. But since true is equal to 1, this still happens. And yeah, I also wrote it here down. It only works for positive integers. I hope you understand this topic a little bit more now, and well, thank you for watching.